Good afternoon, 16B co-class. I just wanted to make a hopefully quick video for you guys going over the syllabus and kind of giving you a walkthrough of Canvas so you know where things are. So let's look at Canvas. If you enter Canvas, you'll go to the home page, and if you look at that, you will see some information. You'll see the class time, which is Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 10:20. There's a link to the Zoom meeting there. There's also an email link if you want to send me an email really easily. There's some notes about the co-class, kind of describing the usual stuff. It's meant as a support class, kind of laying out what I'm going to do. My plan is to have the class be kind of like a question and answer session. I can do some examples on the whiteboard. Speaking of the whiteboard, during the Zoom meeting, if you pin my video and kind of make it big, it'll always stay big so you don't lose the kind of ability to see what I'm writing, because my writing is not always great. But the idea is that during the class session times, I'll kind of answer questions and maybe do a few examples, and then after class, I will make some videos kind of related to the questions you guys have asked so that I can give you some better examples that aren't just off the top of my head. As far as the grading of the class, we'll get into that a little bit later when we get to the modules, but let's just wait till we get to the modules. Co-16B is worth 1 workload unit. I think you guys mostly know that. It counts for being full-time, but not towards graduation. Also, you can use the discussion tab in Canvas to talk to other people in class, kind of talk about math things, and then if you want me to see it, I can look and kind of be like, oh yeah, I can chime in if you have questions about things and no one else is answering them. Some notes about Math 16B in general. It's definitely a continuation of 16A. We're going to talk more about derivatives and talk about integration, things like that. It's very important to stay engaged with the lectures and the class material, keep up with the homework. You're going to have to study a lot, obviously. Usually we say 10 to 20 hours a week. Who knows whether that's really true. As far as getting help, I'm obviously here to help you. You can get in touch with me via email. There are also other math specialists if you want to get in touch with them or you know them. You can also schedule a drop-in tutoring appointment. There's a link to that on the front page as well. The home page, I guess, on the front page. As far as other places to get help, there's the AATC website. There's Grant's website that has a lot of great documents and files for Math 16B. There's my website, which is trash because I haven't done anything with it yet. And there is, again, a link to the drop-in tutoring appointments. And then below that, you'll see all the assignments and their due dates. But let's actually wait to talk about that till we get to the assignments. Next tab down is the announcements tab. There's a couple announcements already. There's the whose 16B class are you in? I would love it if everybody could go to that announcement and just reply with their teacher's name, either FAM or MERX. And then there is the Zoom meeting announcement, which just is another place where you can find the link to the twice a week Zoom meeting we'll be having. For the Zoom meeting, you will need to register each time and also, I think, enter a password. And in the registration, you will have to enter your student ID number so that we can then enter that into the UC Davis system that keeps track of students using services so that we get funded in the future. So please do that every time. It's important. Next tab down is the assignments tab. And if you look there, there's probably about 30 assignments, 3 for each week. One of them is a weekly reflection, which is not required. It's part of the participation grade, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It's optional. The second one is the participation points, week 1 or 2 or whatever. That's where you're going to need to fill out each week the number of participation points you've earned up to a maximum of 6. It should be pretty straightforward, although I might have to change things a little bit because I just realized I made each class worth 2 points, but we only meet twice a week, so I might change that to each class being worth 3 points. And then after that, there's the quiz, the weekly quiz, which as long as you do the quiz, you'll get full credit. And then my idea is I'm going to grade the quiz for each of you so that you have the feedback of seeing how you did and knowing kind of what you missed, what you got right, and how you're doing in the class. Next tab is discussions. We already kind of talked about that. I have a discussion up there that says you got questions. If you have any questions, you can post them there. Grades, we probably don't need to go over people. I don't think you can access, which is why I'm having you all put your teacher's name in the announcement. files. In the file section, there's just one file so far. It's the co-class grading scheme, which we'll get to shortly here. Syllabus takes you back to the home page, it's the same thing. In the quizzes section, there are a couple polls. Those are also optional, and they're also part of the participation grade for the class. And then the modules is where most of the stuff is. So in modules, you'll see 3 modules so far. There's a grading module, which has the grading scheme, which we'll cover in just a sec. There's the videos on YouTube module, which I will post this video in shortly. And there's the useful handouts module, which doesn't have anything posted to it yet. So if we look at the class grading scheme, you'll see that 70% of the class grade is based on participation points. You can earn up to 6 per week. You can't get more than 6, so you can't get a whole bunch in the beginning and then not getting in the end. You can get, I'm going to say 3 points for attending a live session instead of 2, so that you can get all the points for the week by attending the classes. You can get 1 point for starting a discussion thread, 1 for contributing to a discussion thread, 1 for holding an online study session with a classmate via GoBoard or Zoom or Slack or lots of Google Hangout, whatever you want to use. 1 point for completing the weekly reflection if you want to, and 1 point for completing a weekly poll that we just saw before. So you obviously don't have to do all of that, just some of it to get 6 points a week. The other 30% is the weekly quizzes I mentioned. Again, you'll get full credit if you do them. The point is that I'm giving you feedback on how you're understanding the material in the class. And then if you go down to the next page, you'll see the weekly participation point log that I want you all to fill out. The way this will work is when you click on the participation point log in the assignments tab, you will then click on a link that will take you to a Google assignment, which will then have you fill this out and submit it, and then I will get that data and I will enter it for your 6 points a week or whatever grade. I'm in files now somehow. Back to modules. So there's nothing else in modules really. Let's look down. I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email, or you can, no, email is probably the best for now unless we figure out a better way. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'm looking forward to doing 16B with you all. Make sure you come on Monday with questions, and I'll see you then. Take care.